welcome to the Committee of the Whole meeting for Monday, March the 11th. First of all, welcome back, Councillor Erickson. We missed you at the table.
I'm very glad to be back.
Good. Hope you're progressing well. Approval of the agenda, that the March 11th, 2019 Committee of the Whole meeting agenda be adopted as presented.
So
Moved. Second. In favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Adoption of the minutes, that the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held February 25th, 2019 be adopted as presented.
second.
Thank you. Moved and second. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Permits and bylaws. A report dated March the 1st, 2019 from the Director of Corporate Services regarding Council Procedure Bylaw number 1447, 2019. Ms. Bellingham, do you want to speak to this for a little bit before we have some discussion?
Sure. As at the last council meeting, council directed a few changes. And in section 8, which starts on page 3 of the bylaw, I've noted in blue ink the additional changes for electronic meetings to meet the direction of what council had provided. And further, council wanted some provisions built into the council procedure bylaws for special vote by telephone and electronic transmissions. I did reference other municipalities that are villages, towns, and cities. I focused it more on the bigger ones, and there wasn't any municipality that had a provision for that in their bylaw, but thankfully the regional district has a regulation for means to allow that. So I just basically took the means from the regulation for the local government act and built that into the bylaw under section 19, and that starts on page 7 of the bylaw, and that's also in blue ink. And I think that was the bulk of all the changes on that bylaw. So if council has any questions, hopefully can answer them, and if you're happy with the changes, we can write and report it to the next meeting for the reading procedures.
Councilor Erickson?
So, thank you, Donna, for doing this. When I read through, there's only one thing that concerned me a little bit, was this 15.3, having the agenda available for council Friday afternoon. Because I'm thinking people who work, like I did one time, it's very hard to get up to speed Saturday and Sunday for just, because look, I mean, today we had,
And actually, that's a good find, because I think we normally have the packages ready Thursday afternoon.
So I
So
just wondered
I
if
can
we
change that.
yeah, could we do that?
Yeah, that's an easy change. Yeah.
I think if you get it Thursday down, at least you have Friday to work through it, and then Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
and Monday if you have time. But people who work, like a lot of people here, it's really difficult to go through all that and do the research, especially when it comes to looking at properties that we're trying to rezone.
Yeah, no, that's a good catch, thank you.
Any other questions for staff? So with only that one small change, can we still look for a motion to rise and report for the next council meeting?
Yep,
Okay.
yep, that's not a
So
problem.
that's the motion I'm looking for.
I'll do that.
Thank you, Councilor Erickson. A second. Thank you. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Councilor. We'll move on to the next one, which is the report dated March the 5th from the Director of Corporate Services regarding Municipal Ticket Information Bylaw number 1453, 2019. Over to you, Ms. Bellingham, please.
We can attack both the MTI and the bylaw notice enforcement bylaw at the same time, because they're both bylaws that allow us the provision to write tickets against offenses against bylaws. The MTI bylaw, we don't use a lot, but that would be a bylaw that we don't write tickets if we can that way, because we'd have to go to small claims court and justify them ourselves, whereas the bylaw notice enforcement bylaw, those tickets, we can go through the adjudication process, which we're part of with this Chilliwack, and it goes through the adjudication courts that way. So the bulk of what was done is, as I noted in the report, is some of the bylaws have changed over time, and these bylaws never got updated, so the current bylaws are referenced. In some cases, just the sections were off, so those have been updated. I did make one recommendation for a change in the dog responsibility bylaw, but the bulk is, if if council's happy with the fees, if they want to see changes in them. The updates that I did for the bylaw numbers and their sections and then I needed to do anyways, so it's more the ticket amounts that I'm seeking direction from council on.
So ticket amounts and housekeeping on combining some of the bylaws.
Yeah, so for instance, the zoning bylaw, previous, it was referencing our old zoning bylaw, not the current one. So I had to make sure that was updated to list the zoning bylaw with the current bylaw number and make sure all the sections that are referenced in the ticketing match that in the sections of the bylaw. So those have all been cross-referenced and they all match.
Any questions for staff? Councillor Stewart?
I'm just wondering if you have any idea if these amounts for ticketing are up to today's standards. Like some of them are a little low.
I haven't done comparables with other municipalities, so I don't know how it would compare to others.
Is that something we might look at in the future?
We could, yeah.
And a starting point for most of my Councillor Stewart was $100, I think, right? So,
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
see.
was.
Some
Yeah.
of them seem quite low.
Councillor Lindsay.
Thank you. Chair, these things. Okay, so as I already spoke to our Director of Corporate Services, there was a couple changes in the bylaws I noticed, just to bring them into alignment more. Oh boy, too many pieces of paper. But in both of the bylaws, it's the same thing. Sorry, I'll find my scribble. It's just there's the same sort of fine referenced in more than one bylaw. So, the fine amounts were different in each, and I thought it would be wise to bring them up to the higher of the two. So, the first one on page 37 of the plan page, so that's the volunteer fire department fire safety regulation bylaw. So that's the second one down there, drive over apparatus or equipment, $100 fine.
Yeah.
So that's the same, basically the same fine that's also referenced in the page 54, which is the traffic bylaw, and it's a $50 fine. So I thought making them both $100 would be wise. And the other one was dog responsibility bylaw on page 39. That's one of the ones we want to change, that's in red, from 25 up to 50. But again, on page 42, fail to, in the good neighbor bylaw, fail to remove dog feces is $100. So might as well go to 100 instead of 50. And then the same two changes take place again in bylaw 1454. Did you use page numbers or did you find?
No, I'll find them.
It's exactly the same, of course, but I thought with those changes, they'd bring everything into the same alignment.
Yeah, those are good finds. Thank you.
Good detail.
So I just have one question. So, how much money do we actually collect? Like if a fine is given, do we do this on a regular basis where people are in for like the dog fine? Do we actually get it collected? Does it actually, does someone
Well,
actually?
we always strive for voluntary compliance, so
And if not?
we, if we can't, then we will take it. We do have some that are on the books that are outstanding that we haven't collected on. And we've been successful with others in collecting, so. The other means is the ones that don't collect, if it's tied to a property, we can do a notice of liens title. I have a hard time justifying a $50 ticket or $100 ticket against title, but I've also done it where with one person wanted to pay but had some cash flow problems and worked with them and they actually came in and did installments with us. So I was happy with that and actually saw all of it.
Councillor Stewart.
I'm just wondering, especially with the dog responsibility fines, what about the repeat offenders? I mean, is it always just going to be $50 or, I mean, after a while, don't you get tired of talking to the same people?
Yes, we do.
Is there anything that can be done for repeat offenders?
What we can do, if council so chooses, you can direct us to build in an escalating fee so that every repeat offense it goes up by an X number of dollars. But we would have to, we can't do that unless it's built into a bylaw.
Okay.
Councillor Smith.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see that, just from like looking at all the fine charges on there. I don't, just for Dawn's time, let alone Al going out and doing this stuff, I don't even think we're gonna recoup a percentage of our staff time and going to enforce some of these bylaws too. So a repeat offender, I think there's something that we should look at for the repeat offenders, is tying up staff time to go in and try and catch up on these things. Something we should look at for the repeat side of it, I think, not just the one-time person that is willing to pay the price, but the people that aren't willing to keep redoing the problem. Something
Did
we
you want
should-
that on all bylaws or just to select ones like the dog responsibility and good neighbor?
No.
Councillor Menard.
So, when we talk about bylaws, I usually bring up the realistic topic of enforcement. And I remember asking a question just not too long ago. I got an email response, I just thought I could search for it quick, but he sent me an email that showed how many tickets we've actually issued over the last 6-7 years. And it's very low, right? We don't issue a lot of fines, so we have a lot of bylaws with fines attached, but realistically, we're not going to be issuing these fines, or we don't, right, on a regular basis. So I don't think we really need to build anything into there. I think, you know, at least the threat of a fine is often, sounds like that's why we're not issuing them, is the threat of a fine is often enough to have voluntary compliance. So I'm okay with just leaving everything the way it is. If we find that our bylaw enforcement officer is using these fines and it's taking more time, we need to sort of recoup some of his time, then maybe then we can look at doing some escalation, but for now, I think this is okay.
It may be worth mentioning as well with council, especially with unsightly properties. Some of them that we work with, if they're showing progress and they haven't met their 21-day deadline, we are working with them to, and as long as they've started it and they're showing progress, we do give them an extension on their time, because we're happy that they're actually commencing work, and we appreciate some people work out of town, maybe they're busy and they only have weekends. So we've been successful in a lot of cases that way.
So at this time, we seem to have any more comments on this for direction to staff as far as escalating scale or not? Because I would turn it back to you, Donna Bellingham, they're over there, that happy face, to come back maybe with a recommendation after we go through our budget cycle. I don't think we're in a hurry to change this.
What would
We
be
may
nice though
add
is
it to
some
a
of the,
committee of the whole later in the season.
one thing worth mentioning is the updates that we've done, some of the bylaws aren't, bylaw name or number aren't matching. So if there is currently an infraction against our, say, zoning bylaw, we can't write a ticket on it. So it might be worth moving forward with these, with the updates on some of the fines, and then.
Well, that was my intent.
Okay, yeah.
To
And
do
then if
this
there's
tonight
anything to
and then
change.
give you direction for
Yes.
later down the line to come back to us with an escalating scale possibility and another committee of the whole later in the
Sure,
season.
okay, yeah, sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay? So, I'll let you,
Move ahead with this.
yes, move ahead with this.
Can I just ask one more question?
Yes, Councilor.
Donna, on 1454, as I was going through, I don't understand that one that says fail to remove fire hazard. That's fairly open. What does that mean to,
Which bylaw is that under?
page 15, or 79, I think,
79?
page 79. Yeah. Or is that if Tom does an inspection in a building and there's fire hazards around the furnace?
I would have to reference the bylaw as a whole, but it is tied to the fire department, so it could be that, or
Or is it debris around the property?
I'm not sure which one it is. So it could, a fire hazard could be debris around the property, it could be something within the building itself. I would have to reference the bylaw as a whole.
Okay. Okay.
questions for staff? Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Speaking of other bylaws.
All right, so we'll entertain a motion at this time to move forward with this. We go with staff recommendation at this time. We revise and report at the next meeting of this as well, or do you have too many changes?
No, right now the changes that I've noted are the ones that Councillor Medlock outlined for having the two bylaws match each other.
So are we voting on B or B and C?
We're voting together on B and C together. So the motion would be to move forward with B and C.
Rise and report, is that?
Rise and report with changes to the next regular meeting.
So
There we go.
I'll make that motion then, that we rise and report on bylaw 1453 and 1454 with the changes to the next meeting.
All right, second? All those in favor? Opposed, carried. We're on to D now. Report dated March the 6th from the Director of Corporate Services preparing a bylaw enforcement policy. There's a lot of paperwork here.
So what we did was we looked at bylaw enforcement policy, and there wasn't a lot of changes. You'll see them noted in there, but we were bringing it more in line with some other areas and municipalities with how many complaints people can make a year, and quite often we'll find that there's some neighborhood dispute maybe happening between two property owners, but it's only one person complaining, and if they're talking about a neighborhood disturbance and we haven't had complaints from other municipalities, we always do the preliminary investigation. However, we've had no complaints from other people in the neighborhood, so it usually ends up just going to be being a personal conflict between the two property owners. So some of those suggested changes bring it in line to what other areas are doing.
Any questions to staff on the policy? Councilor Redmond?
Yes, thanks. So touching on the limitation of 3 complaints per calendar year, I find that a bit limiting. And I guess my question is, how often are you finding that there is sort of more than 3 complaints from a single person? Is it like?
We do get some, and it's usually.
And the reason you want to limit it is because it's taking up too much staff time, or?
It
You
can
find it
take up
invalid,
time.
or?
We don't have a lot, and we put it in there, and I often thought that this would be maybe a contentious part for this council, which, if it is, we can easily remove it. We have a select few that will be repeat.
Mhm. I can see your example of disputing neighbors and they're using the district as a bylaw enforcement to resolve a dispute perhaps. And I can see how challenging that could be. But I just don't want residents of Hope to feel like they, oh, I've already got my 3 complaints in for the year, now something else happens and they feel they can't do it. And I'm sure we would probably listen to them anyways if it was something serious and a concern. But I think just to put it in a formal bylaw, I wasn't super happy with that. And the other question I have, I guess, or comment maybe is, we've always had a complaint-based system here, right? But our bylaw officer obviously drives by potential bylaw infraction issues every day. How do we sort of empower him to act on those infractions without an actual formal complaint? And does that need to be part of a bylaw or policy?
No, and that's always been a practice, is if you blatantly see something that's not in compliance and it is an infraction, we don't turn our back on it.
Right. Like it just that's good to hear. When I read this, it looks like the only way that it's only talking about complaints being the action
We just want the public to understand that we don't act on anonymous complaints.
Right,
They
yeah.
actually have to fill out the form. If they send an email, I'll use that, but they do have to leave their contact information.
Right.
We do get people that will leave cards, leave notes on an ongoing basis, and it's like, no, we don't act on that. And a lot of the concerns from the public is, well, if my neighbor finds out it's me, which is not our practice, but they have to understand that if we end up in the courts, then
Right,
yes.
you need something
we-
solid.
That's right, but we don't go around and say that your neighbor Frank is complaining about this. We never release who did the complaint. I would think more often than not, they figure it out on their own, but
Yeah.
it's not our
Sort of
practice to
hard
do
not
that.
to, perhaps,
Yeah.
but, and maybe that's enough of an incentive to not have the district get involved in disputes between neighbors, but unless the action is required. But I guess, what I'm getting at is somewhere in the procedure, like, for this bylaw enforcement policy, can we add something that says that the bylaw officer is empowered to act on,
If you'd like it in the policy, I can do that.
just
yeah.
sort of, so that it doesn't look like it's purely complaint-based, that, maybe that's how we've been acting currently, is just on complaints, but I think that if it's something that's simple and easy, or, you know, using the voluntary compliance, even if a bylaw officer has an opportunity to talk to somebody about a problem, and I could remedy it right there with very minimal effort, those kind of things might go a long way. And that might already be happening, I don't know that it isn't, I'm just reading the policy, it doesn't look like it'd be an option.
Yeah, we can build that in.
Good comments, Councilor Member.
If you like the, Hertz drawer cut about the maximum 3.
I don't really like it myself, but it's for everybody to talk about.
Councilor Stewart.
I'm going to side with Councilor Medlock on this one. I'm not a fan of that statement either.
Okay.
And I also like the comment that you made, Councilor Medlock, about the bylaw officer being able to deal with situations absent of a complaint, and I do support that.
That's a good way to word it. Absolutely.
All right.
Any other questions for staff down there? No, we're good to go. So I'll be looking for a motion then to, excuse me, to pass a motion to rise and report the policy at the next regular council meeting. With the changes, with the appropriate changes.
So we'll have an opportunity to see that and come forward for debate
Yeah,
again as
it
a
will.
regular council meeting, so
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
Councilor Toronto? All those in favor?
What I'll do is I'll put it on the agenda the way I have, and then show the addition in the blue ink, and then you'll sort of see the transition.
Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Motion to adjourn. 3 seconds. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Really short break.